back at Southeast High School. Second quarter of action underway. Railers with the basketball, down 11-7. Christian Van Hook tried to throw it under the baseline to a cutting Max Cook. Unfortunately, Max wasn't there, and another turnover by the Railers.
6 in the first quarter, 1 to start the second. Now that's 7, and usually the Railers are anywhere between this year 12 and 14 is a pretty good ball handling game for the Railers, and not a good start.
Max Cook, the leader for the Railers in the first quarter. He had 4. Gesner, the other 3. Dump it down to Randolph. On to Dwight Bolden in the contest for the first time for the Spartans.
Yeah, they've got 3 starters out, so I don't know if Coach Thomas is wanting to send a message or he needs some new guys in, but he's got the guys out right now.
Gardner's pull-up jumper partially blocked by Cook. Cook with a spin, the little finger roll, and then he left it short. He took off a little too far away from the basket. Now Southeast looking to take advantage. Senor's 3 from the left side is good.
Yeah, missed shot, and they respond quickly with the fast break, and their shooters, they don't go to the basket. When they fast break, their shooters run to the three-point line, and that's what Senior did on the kind of the secondary fast break.
Minute gone in the second quarter. It is Southeast 14, Lincoln 7. Remember, the only game for the Railers this weekend here tonight. Olsen to Podbelsic on the sideline. Down low to Christian. Christian foul from behind. That'll go against Randolph. That'll be his first. Hey, Josh, we always like to talk about Railer history. That 3 that Gesner hit put him in 20th spot all by himself in the number of threes made in Lincoln history. With 79, he passes Brandon Booth and Eric Grau for 20th.
Pretty good shooters right there.
So after the foul, 3rd on the Spartans. Max near the top of the key, goes by his defender, kicks it back, and then a foul is going to be whistled. Another one is going to go against Southeast, so the Railers will be inbounding.
Well, it kind of looks like the refs have called a little tighter now, as Southeast was getting away with most of that in the first quarter, and now it seems that the Railers are getting a couple fouls called on the Spartans.
6'7" sophomore Jalen Henry picking up his first. 6'4" team fouls. Max gets to the lane, gets it over to Christian, who goes up for the jam.
Yeah, great drive by Max. I think Max has realized that he can take the sophomore off the dribble right now, and he did a great job of setting up Christian.
14-9, 6:10 to go in the first half. Gardner comes down with a nice catch over Olsen. Screen coming for Gardner on the right side to Bolden. He's going to drive baseline, dumps it off to Jalen Henry on the baseline, lays it up and in. And again, we've seen that against this Railer defense. If it gets in that close, usually bad things happen.
Well, too, and Christian can't pick up another foul. He's got 1. Block's been on the bench since early in the first quarter. He's got foul trouble, so Christian's got to realize he can't get out on, or he can't go up in case of another foul.
Cook over to Podbelsic. Olsen in the right corner. Gesner pops out near the top of the key. 5.5 to go. Railers down 16-9. Cook trying to clear him out. You wonder if it's a case of where he's going to drive the lane again.
I think so, too. I think he can smell that he's got a slower-footed man on him, and, hey, just go to the basket and let Christian wait underneath, and when Christian's man goes to help, you kick it to him and give him another layup.
Olsen, Railers playing out high from the basket. Cook tried to go up against Henry, and he went up strong, and Henry's going to pick up a foul, and Max is going to go to the line. Looks like he'll be shooting, too.
Yep, there he goes. Max go to the hole, and another guy came over to help, but this time Max said, I'm going to go shoot it, in the hopes that I either make it or get fouled. That's exactly what he did, going to the line.
Max comes into tonight a 73% free throw shooter. First one on the rim and rolls off. And we've talked about this rim here to our left. Real loose here at Scheffler Gym.
Shooter's rim, Jeff.
5:02 to go. First half, Railers still looking to hit double digits for the night. Max's second free throw gets him there. Max half the Railer points. He has 5. Railers are down 16-10. Starters back in for Southeast. Senor down to Gardner. Skips it over to Davis. Little 8-footer on the way. They're going to count it, and he's fouled. Shades of Mike Chandler. That's what he used to do against this Railer squad. Foul goes against, I believe they got that on Jake. That'll be his first. Davis with 8. Free throw got the roll. He has 9.
Yeah, they've got a sizable advantage there with Jake playing the point and Davis not only size but strength and jumping ability where, Jake's just undermanned at the point.
So it's one of those situations where the absence of block really hurting the Railers, not so much on the offensive end, but especially on defense as Pod pulls up for a jumper. That's no good. Gesner tries to go high for the rebound. Ball loose. Southeast out with it. Senor looking to go by Podbelsic. Will does a nice job cutting him off. Left side, Gardner. Anderson. Christian goes high for the rebound, tipped it away, but Strong tracks it down.
Yeah, another one of those rebounds the Railers got to get.
Max tipped it away, stolen away. Nice job by the Railer defense. Max in those active hands creates another possession for the Railers. Cook behind the back dribble. Kicks it over to Podbelsic. On top to Gesner. He's open for 3. It's on the way, and it is good.
Yeah, great job. And I think the Railers can do that a little more. Push the basketball. Something always good happens when the Railers are pushing the ball, and a good job by Max to find an open guy, and then they found Gesner wide open.
Halfway through the second, all those turnovers, and still the Railers down only 6. Back down 9 as Gardner hits another 3. 22-13, 3:35 to go in our first half. Max Podbelsic, can he answer? He can. Another 3 for the Railers.
Now the Railers are getting in trouble now where Jake's got to concentrate on Davis in the middle and he can't get out on the point guard to shoot the 3. So Coach or the Railers got to find a remedy for that real quick.
22-16, again back to a 6-point deficit for Lincoln. Dump it down to Strong on the baseline. And that's really hard for the Railer defense when you've got Davis and Strong on the same side.
Yeah, and it's been trouble the whole night.
Another 3 on the way, left it short, but Strong is there for the rebound. Nobody found him. He grabbed it, laid it up and in. Too many easy baskets on the offensive board for Southeast tonight. Cook lobs it over to nobody. Tracked down by Southeast. Layup is going to be good. That is going to be Davis. 26-16. 2:38 to go. A 10-point advantage for the Spartans. Jake's picked up his dribble. They get it to Christian. Christian, he rises up a long jumper off the front of the rim. No good. Gesner tips it. Goes to Senor. Bounce ahead to Gardner. Gardner throws it up. It's not going to go, but he'll go to the line as Van Hook has picked up his second.
Well, and the Railers, there for a while we're answering, and it's going to come to a point where you can't keep answering with them, guys. You got to find a way to stop them, and right now Southeast on a little run.
First free throw on the way, off the back of the rim, no good. Gavin block in, Max Cook checks out. 2:24 left in the first half, along with Josh Komnick. Jeff Benjamin with you, 26-16, Spartans with the lead.
Coach taking a gamble now. Van Hook with 2, Block with 2, and both of them are on the court right now, taking out your ball handler too, and Max Cook.
And then Gavin lost it, threw it away, over to Anderson, lobbed around. Gavin tries to grab it, tips it into the backcourt. Christian will hand it to Jake, tipped back around. Senor tracks it down. He'll flip it back. And a foul is going to be whistled. And I'm not really sure Jake was anywhere near touching him, but a foul is whistled. Foul on Jake Olson. That'll be his second. Southeast is in the bonus. Well, it looked like one of those, Josh, where Jake just ran right by him, wasn't even going to contest it.
I think the ref anticipated a foul, and Jake didn't really go after it and saying, here, take the layup, I'm not going to give up another foul. But and the ref anticipated a foul and blew the whistle and didn't quite know what to call.
Senor at the line, shooting one in bonus. First one, back rim, no good. So again, Southeast having their struggles at the line. Railers got to take advantage of that here in the last 2 minutes of the first half.
Yeah, they got to play strong, and we've kind of there for a while. We were handling their pressure very well, and then the Railers come back and get a nice backdoor, a big basket for the Railers. Now we got to get some stops here. Not a lot of stops so far for the Railers. You got to buckle down, play some defense, and when you do get a stop, you got to hit the boards.
Nice job from Gavin at the high post, finding Jordan Gesner. Going backdoor as Gesner laid it up and in, and the Railers get a steal. Ball's tipped away, and they're going to say Gavin was the last one to touch it on the sideline. It was tipped away, and you can hear the Railer crowd here certainly not happy with that. Josh, I think they missed that one.
Well, it seemed that way anyway.
26-18 again, but the Railers get the turnover. but can't cash in on the opportunity.
Yeah, very sloppy with the ball right now. Gavin's had several passes tipped away, and he's not been strong with the ball tonight.
Senor, left corner three, that's no good. Christian high for the rebound for the Railers. Minute 15 to go. Railers need to capitalize. Podbelsic looks to drive by Gardner. He does, and a holding foul is going to be whistled on Gardner. That'll be his first. And you know, Josh, where Will stopped and was fouled, I'd have loved to seen him throw it at the basket because I think he would have gotten 2 shots.
He was shooting.
Gesner to inbound. Still looking, needs someone to come to the ball. Block does.
Still wondering how he wasn't shooting.
Block. And then Gavin's going to be whistled for steps, dragging that pivot foot.
Yeah, Gavin's getting a test tonight. Maybe one of the best defenders in the league. And Chris Davis, a senior, very strong, very physical, and he's getting a test that you better be strong with it.
And Max will check back in for Gavin. I think Coach Alexander probably figures he's pushed his luck just a little bit to its breaking point there to get Gavin out, so he didn't pick up his third with under a minute to go here in the first half.
Yeah, good move by Coach. Only down 8. You can't afford another one where he's got to sit in the third quarter.
So Southeast, will they hold for one? Up 26-18. Basket here sends them into the locker room up by double digits. The Railers a turnover, and they could cut it really close. Coach Thomas barking out the signals. Senor brings it near the timeline. 33 seconds to go. Railers down 8. So a very sloppy first half for the Railers, down only 8 at this point. You minimize some of those turnovers, take away some of the easy rebound baskets, you're right in this.
Yeah, there's no doubt the Railers going to have to do a better job in the second half of just taking care of the basketball.
Down to 10. Gardner, Senor, swinging around, strong, left side 3, that's no good, trying to get the rebound. Anderson with the rebound, throws it up and in, make that Gardner, who grabs another offensive rebound, puts it in as the buzzer sounds, and at halftime, it is Southeast with a 10-point advantage. Spartans 28, Lincoln 18. We'll be back with our halftime show in just a moment. Back in 2 minutes. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.